consume content that enhances your life, consume content that encourages you to build a better relationship with your body, your health, and yourself, and consume content that is factually correct and is not presenting potential misinformation or leading you down a rabbit hole that might be quite hard to get out of. Lord knows when this video is coming out, but I'm currently still in America doing something. Don't know which state I'm in. I could be in Louisiana, could be in Texas, could be in California. Who knows? But we're going to talk about something that I want to discuss. Not inherently fitness and workout related today, but technically is kind of workout related, just a different type of workout. And that's going to be Emi Wong and her facelift, massage and stretch for slimming, depuffing and anti-aging. Interestingly, isn't the only type of workout she's done like this, but we're going to discuss. So I've obviously mentioned Emi Wong before. I've spoken about some things online and I've kind of given my opinion on her and her content. A lot of people did agree with my opinion, other people did not, and that's absolutely fine. But the one thing I kind of highlight here is the type of content, this nature of content. So you'll notice from what we're seeing on screen, this workout or this massage, whatever you want to call it, this video is very much surrounding, essentially manipulating, potentially, I guess arguably you would call it soft tissue work around the face, in which she's trying to result in slimming, depuffing and anti-aging. This kind of soft tissue work and this massaging work, whatever it may be, is not going to result in something like slimming, because that does imply spot reduction of fat, which we know is not possible, and ultimately it's not going to lead you to really experience like a massive change in facial shape or structure. How your face looks is partly going to be due to skeletal aspects of like your kind of skull shape and where your facial features are presented, but also things like water retention, where you hold your water, also fat retention, where you hold your fat. You may hold a lot around your face, you may not hold a lot around your face. Sadly, workouts like this, or videos like this I should say, promote and suggest that something that cannot be fundamentally changed can be. If you're still here, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel, as I would very much appreciate it. And you go into the comment section, it's a very similar story. I was actually thinking of doing a face workout and this came up. Thank you, Emi. The question to ask there is why? Why would one think of doing a face workout? And I'm curious, have any of you ever thought about doing a face workout? Because I certainly haven't. Please, Emi, do symmetrical face exercises. An interesting comment to unpack and dissect there. Then we go through someone who's done it for 15 days. They start saying their face feels ticklish and jawbone hurts/burns. Then it results in, I finally did it, it looks so thin and my mum wants me to stop now because she's tired of my diet food. Inherently, that kind of begs the question of, did the workout lead to the facial slimming, or was it actually in fact the diet that this person may have been partaking in, considering the final comment was surrounding her diet food? Going to be honest, in that case, I'm going to suggest that it was probably the diet which has likely resulted in a caloric deficit, which was probably led to them reducing fat mass, and the workout or the face massage, whatever you want to call it, has probably not contributed. But this isn't the only video like this Emi has done before. If you search Emi Wong face, what you'll be presented with is obviously this one, how to slim down your face, including 7 effective face exercises: slim neck stretch, lengthening, slimming double chin, relieve tightness in 11 minutes, stretch for shoulders, neck and the collarbone area, fix and slim your back, better posture in 10 minutes. Again, a lot of videos and a lot of content really steered towards, to an extent, manipulating or changing your structure, collarbone, neck length, etc, etc. And ultimately, the question really stems into why. Sadly, we can partly blame beauty standards and the media for this. Beauty standards are presenting you what they deem the perfect woman should look like, what they deem the perfect man should look like, what they deem the perfect anybody should look like. Ultimately, that then gives you this idea of, to be accepted, to be loved, to be beautiful, to be perfect, you have to look like them. A slimmer face, longer neck, more pronounced collarbones, no hip dips, whatever it may be. Beauty standards change like the weather. What is trendy, what is cool, and what is deemed as perfection today may not be tomorrow. You never know. And your desire to do a face workout or a face slimming workout or massage is largely probably fueled by a lot of misinformation and media pressures based on what you should look like, how you should look, and how you should go about achieving said look. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If a workout is promising you no double chins, a longer neck, slimmer face, whatever it may be, that sounds too good to be true. Therefore, it probably is. I find it really interesting that the media kind of has this idea of pushing all these beauty standards, when those beauty standards that they're promoting and suggesting aren't even attainable by the models they're employing. Hence why Photoshop is so prevalent within the industry. If these standards were attainable and realistic, why would they then need to manipulate and Photoshop the models in which they have on these covers to align with the standards that they're trying to promote that can't even be achieved by those who are promoting them. Seems like a bit of almost like a paradox of sorts. Obviously, linked down below, we have a few things. We've got the TFNL website where you can find all of the workout guides that are full of fitness information and resources to help you achieve your goals, including many weeks and months of programming for home or gym use. You've also got the link to work with myself, Ryder, or Beth on a one-to-one basis in which we'll coach you towards your goals. And we've also got the link for the group coaching where you can work out within the team, either at home, at the gym, or working out just like me, which is likely going to cost less than your Netflix subscription. So if any of those appeal to you, please do gander at the links down below in the description or the comment section. And the sad reality is, it's almost like I'm fighting a bit of a losing battle here, because I've come here to tell you that it's fantastic if you want to do any form of activity. I will always support it. But please, if you're going to do so, be realistic with your expectations and know that doing movements like this, like we see today, are not going to change how you look. They're not going to slim your face. And even if they did, why would you want to? What is wrong with your face? What is wrong with how you currently look? If you feel this intense pressure to change how you look to appease and please other people, the media, beauty standards, society, whatever it may be, have you ever kind of questioned how that's going to make you feel? Do you really think you're going to be accepted by peers, by society, and by the media if you have a slimmer face? Or should the priority not be accepting yourself first and understanding that those who form an opinion or a judgment on you based on your appearance may not necessarily be the people that you want to appeal to anyway? It's all too easy for us as individuals to do what we can to please other people, but oftentimes we struggle to please ourselves. It's all too easy for us to change how we look, to change how we appear, to change whatever it may be, to align with the standards other people are kind of presenting to us or potentially pushing onto us, be that beauty standards in general, the media, society, whatever it may be. But in doing so, we often neglect actually finding happiness and satisfaction within ourselves and our own appearance. We often do so not because we are secure in how we look and we just want to make a change anyway, but because we're actually usually insecure in how we look and want to make a change because we feel like it may make us more secure. When one could argue that it may actually be more beneficial to find security in yourself, acknowledge how you look, understand how you look, and appreciate how you look, and say, you know what, I'm glad I look this way, before then thinking about making a change and not making the change to achieve satisfaction. Rather than making the change to improve our relationship with our body and our face and our appearance, why not develop that relationship first before then deciding if that change is still something you want to make? It's a shame because Emi has millions of subscribers, and I think it's fair to say a lot of her subscribers are probably women, probably young, impressionable women who are going online, who are finding these workouts they genuinely believe may help them, may make them feel more beautiful, may make them feel more attractive. That inherently enforces the fact that how they look now is not good enough, therefore they must engage in these videos and follow along these videos to slim your face, depuff your face, and encourage anti-aging in the facial region to be better, to be more accepted, to be more lovable, to be more beautiful, and to be more liked. When the reality is, categorically, there's absolutely nothing wrong with how you look. When it comes to your facial shape and structure, we all have a genetic makeup, and a lot of that structure is going to be skeletal. You cannot change your skeleton. I mentioned this, I think, in the collarbone video I did on Emi a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe, where I said you cannot change your skeleton. That is inherently bone. You are not going to manipulate bone. And when you present and promote videos like this that essentially encourage false promises, that essentially encourage potentially unrealistic expectations, and potentially also further enforce insecurities and problematic behaviors, are you helping the problem and encouraging your audience to accept themselves, or are you enhancing the problem? And that's an interesting question. I think there's one thing I do want to note, and one thing I don't want to disregard because I understand its importance. I've spoken to many people from different cultures who have expressed their opinions as to why things may be like this. I've had people message me from Asian cultures and say to me that, Harry, I really want to get into working out, I really want to get into training, but if I do so, my family deem me to be masculine, and they said they will disown me. And that's a genuine conversation I've had with multiple people, and that in itself is really upsetting to hear. As I am from the culture I'm from, I do not understand that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, because again, it's not my culture, and I respect the views and beliefs of other cultures, but I cannot understand it because I've never been exposed to it. And to me, from how I've been raised, what I kind of believe, it makes no sense. I'm sat here questioning, like, why is that ever something to disown someone for? Because they want to make a change to their appearance, I would make them feel better about themselves. Why is that inherently a bad thing? I can't believe that. But in their culture, it may be. And I understand that from where Emi might be from, this is normalized, this is encouraged, and this is accepted, which I get. Just because it's encouraged and enforced to look a certain way in these cultures perhaps, doesn't mean you should adopt and recreate that. Each culture will face their own pressures, absolutely. Just because it's a cultural norm or just because it's pressured by the culture you may have been raised in, doesn't mean you necessarily have to align with it. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to go with it. Because inherently, if it's making you unhappy and it's negatively impacting your life, is it really something you want to partake in? It's great me sitting behind the screen saying, oh, obviously you must do what's best for you. But I also understand that it's not that easy. I understand when you've had generations of beliefs pushed onto you, it's not that easy just to turn around and say, no, I don't want to do that. But what you can do is maybe limit your exposure to videos and creators that enforce beliefs that aren't necessarily positive for you or your mental health, that enforce beliefs that may actually be fueled by media pressures, beauty standards, and misinformation. And also, don't let the thumbnails fool you. You look at this fix and slim your back, better posture in 10 minutes. I guarantee these pictures were taken seconds apart. You've got to zoom in where there is a bit of protraction occurring, where Emi's obviously like rolling her shoulders forward, hence this lat flaring here. Another one, probably taken seconds later, where she's retracting, is taken further away, therefore she inherently looks slimmer, where she's now got a less flare because her shoulders are coming back a bit more, as you can see from how pronounced scapular muscles and the scapula may be here. At the end of the day, as I will always say, consume content that enhances your life, consume content that encourages you to build a better relationship with your body, your health, and yourself, and consume content that is factually correct and is not presenting potential misinformation or leading you down a rabbit hole that might be quite hard to get out of. I understand easier said than done, but it's a responsibility of the creator to manage expectations and maybe kind of be a bit more open and honest in the description or even in the video itself, explaining what one could expect. But again, those are just my thoughts and opinions, and you may agree, you may actually in fact disagree. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for tolerating me. Thank you for tolerating the fact that I'm still not in the country, and thank you for tolerating the video.